Now, what if I told you that in Security Breach there is a character who is objectively the most important? Now, it's not Vanny, it's not Freddy, it's not even Gregory. That's right, they got blue hair, they got pronouns, it's the S.T.A.F.F bot. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little tiny bit, but hear me out on this one. Look at these guys, how is such a perfect specimen been so neglected by the fan base? Now, I don't quite think we put as much thought into it as we should, that the Pizzaplex is ran by robots. In fact, there is an entire side plot in the game through the messages about a all-staff meeting ran by Vanessa that every single employee that went to this all-staff meeting supposedly was murdered. Here's the messages in relation to the meeting if anyone's curious. And you can see the room that they were murdered in. It's completely wrecked. Tables are smashed, it's clearly been abandoned. It's very obvious that something went down here with how destroyed it is. And considering the ominous S.T.A.F.F bot posters on the wall, and the fact that we know that at some point all these employees did get replaced by robots, and just the absolute destruction of the room, I think it's safe to say that the S.T.A.F.F bots probably had something to do with this. And that all the employees here were murdered by the respective S.T.A.F.F bots that replaced them. And I don't have 100% proof for the murdering part, but I do have 100% proof that the S.T.A.F.F bots were involved. So the fan favorite section of Security Breach, the endoskeleton basement. So there's a lot of discarded S.T.A.F.F bots in this basement section. And one of the only descriptive details of this all-staff meeting is the fact that there will be cake. And believe it or not, there is a lot of cake and cake frosting in the endoskeleton basement. And guess what's accompanying them? S.T.A.F.F bots. There are multiple S.T.A.F.F bots in this basement covered in cake, which is so specific, it can't not be connected to this meeting. You can even find an endoskeleton down here with cake on him. So we know that the S.T.A.F.F bots and the Glamrock Endos are both involved. So we know that Vanny uses both of those as her little minions, and we know that both of these guys can be pretty deadly.
Bruh. Bruh. Bruh.
So I think it's pretty easy to put 2 and 2 together and say that, yeah, they probably killed them. So why do I bring up all this awesome S.T.A.F.F bot lore? Well, I'm gonna be completely honest, I just wanted to tell you that. Cause you know, I've noticed something. S.T.A.F.F bots, people don't really like them. Probably because they're an annoying and poorly implemented gameplay mechanic. Maybe that's why, but I don't care. You twos, love you guys. When you start giving the wet floor signs that do nothing merch before the S.T.A.F.F bots, I have a problem. The stupid little props get merch before the qualified doctors, you know, the ones who save lives? Come on.
People with medical conditions are allowed to participate. My medical software makes me a qualified doctor and I approve of this message.
Also, I'm pretty sure S.T.A.F.F bots hold the record within the series for the character with the most variants within a single game. You got the basic bot, the security bot, the mop bot, the map bot, the chef bot, the phaser blast bot, the nightmarian bot, the decommission bot, the shattered bot, the super bot, the magic bot, the fry cook bot, the nanny bot, the baby bot, the unused alien bot, the unused crash test bot, the comedy bot, the unused golf bot. Can't forget the party bot and the raceway bot. There's a couple of these guys in this game. But out of all these variants, I think the most interesting one is probably the Nightmarian S.T.A.F.F bot. Yes, that's his actual name in the game files. I did make a theory about this a while back, which I'm still feeling pretty confident on. You can go watch that video if you're interested, but if not, I'm gonna go recap it right now. Basically, the theory is that the character Nightmarian is supposed to represent death in the FNAF universe. When, you know, the puppet gives life, the evil version of the puppet gives death, it's the embodiment of death, makes sense. And the reason that all these evil S.T.A.F.F bots are painted to look like this character is because, whether Vanny or some other thing painted them like this, I think the reason they're painted to look like this character is supposed to represent the fact that the embodiment of death is coming after William. But that's where the theory kind of falls apart a bit, because as the Tales from the Pizzaplex books have been kind of leading us to know, William Afton is actually dead, Glitch Trap is not actually William, and neither is Burn Trap. But to basically sum it up, Glitch Trap is an AI program that somehow was taught to act like William Afton, and the origins of Burn Trap is this rogue endoskeleton named the Mimic, who lives in the ruins of the FNAF 6 location, who basically rips Pizzaplex employees apart and then adds their flesh to its body. And the name paired with this premise makes people believe that this is probably Burn Trap, and that Burn Trap is an endoskeleton that is for some reason trying to make itself look like Springtrap and mimic Springtrap. Now, the epilogue storyline telling about the Mimic isn't really complete yet, but that's basically all we know so far. Burn Trap, probably not William Afton. Now, this begs the question, if the staff bots are painted to look like Death, and it's not because of William, why would that be? Well, let's think about it. What else is Death related in the Pizzaplex? Well, what about that massacre of the entire staff team that I talked about earlier? That was the first point of the video. Well, something that the books often explain is that agony is a black liquid. Well, the staff bots are painted with a black liquid on their face. And something that the Fazbear Frights books tend to specifically do a lot is that agony tends to leak from people's eyes when they die with something related to, Fazbear or whatever. And we know that these evil staff bots are significantly more powerful than the regular ones, as in they can literally rip people's limbs apart. So what if all the employees who were murdered at the all-staff meeting are now inhabiting the evil staff bots that the sewers are full of, that Vanny controls? Because another official name for these guys is the Alpha Staff Bots. Now, these are clearly some kind of elite staff bots that Vanny prioritizes. So what if all the employees who were murdered on that night's agony was infused with the staff bots that killed them, resulting in this? Now, while my theory here doesn't have the most evidence behind it, I think you can understand what I'm trying to get at here. These Alpha Staff Bots are still one of the biggest unsolved mysteries regarding this game, so I'm very interested in what these are, and I think this could be a pretty viable option as to what the answer is. Because as for most things in Security Breach, we don't really got a lot to work off of, but I think we have enough here to where we could say, this could be the case. And now that we got all the big mysteries out of the way, now let's get on to some smaller little things around the Pizzaplex that I found about staff bots. I have compiled as much as I possibly can, so when you leave this video, you're gonna know a little too much about staff bots. So first up, just beyond the laundry room area, you can find this one staff bot who's tucked away in a closet, inactive. It looks like he was originally holding, potentially a microphone, probably just a mop though. But, yeah, there's this deactivated staff bot that's weirdly tucked away in this closet. I don't know why this guy's singled out, but, yeah, he's just in this closet, weirdly. And just beyond where that closet is, there's another room where you can find these weird rusty vents all around, and there's this big gate in the floor where you can see a shattered staff bot in there, so kind of weird. I'm not really sure what's up with this room. It looks kind of similar to the Mangle vent repair, so it might be one of the Help Wanted reference rooms, but I don't know, it doesn't really look that much like it. So now the comedy bot and all the staff bots move at a lower frame rate than everything else, and I often see people trying to pass this off as like some kind of glitch. I honestly don't think it is, since it's consistent through every single staff bot in the game. I'm pretty sure it's just a stylistic choice that they move at a lower frame rate than everything else, because they're the silly robot dudes, they're cheaper than the other characters. I think it's a stylistic choice, although it does look a bit odd. It kind of clashes with other things. I don't think it's unintentional. Speaking of that, Comedy Bot has one audience member, which is this silly little guy here, so, I don't know why I brought this up, but yeah, he's got one single audience member. Now in this Utilidor near the beginning of the game, you can see these staff bots kind of around this broken staff bot, like a weird ritual kind of deal. I'm not really sure what's going on here. You can't access them because they're behind a gate, but yeah, you see this near the beginning of the game, and it's never really elaborated on. Then just past that Utilidor, there's this one fenced off Utilidor above, where you can walk up to the fence, and this staff bot rolls up to you and kind of just watches you. He doesn't stop either, he just keeps staring at you indefinitely, so kind of creepy. And now, near the Michael Afton, weird living room thing that's in the basement, you can look behind you, just behind the door that you enter that through, and there's actually a staff bot in a pile of garbage with its head removed, so, really weird and bizarre that that's right across from that room. Most people, pretty much everybody misses this because, you know, it's not, like, there's something way more interesting right in front of it. But this is still really weird. In the same utilidor as that, you can find this weird closet with these hooks with chains on them. And there's this staff bot that looks like it's been getting beaten up on the chains. And then there's like a weird table. This is a very strange room. I don't want to know what's going on in here. And then you can also find in Monty's room that he has recently killed somebody. So cool. But yeah, this video is kind of unorganized, but you know, I just wanted to say all these thoughts I've had in my mind about staff bots lately. And yeah, nobody else is talking about them, so I might as well. And I'm sure a lot of you have if you're a returning viewer, you've noticed the noticeable absence of the turtle. So basically, I'm making new stills, and I haven't finished them yet. These ones are getting replaced. Not really, the design isn't changing, I'm just kind of making them better. But yeah, that's why it's not in this video, because I'm not done with the new ones yet. So anyway, see you guys in the next video.